smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in.
Hi friends, my name is Jay Bosley and today we'll be discussing about credit transfer. The points which we will be covering today are: what is credit transfer, documents needed for credit transfer, how many subjects you can apply for transfer, the advantages and disadvantages of credit transfer, which is the most important point, and how do you do credit transfer after the, is it possible to do credit transfer after the deadline? First, we'll try to understand what is credit transfer. So, credit transfer is a procedure where you transfer your credits from your bachelor's to master's of the courses which have same module description. The documents which you need to apply for credit transfer are transcripts and module description of the bachelor course and the master course. Third is how many subjects you can apply for credit transfer. This rule may vary from university to university and from year to year. Last year, you could have applied for as many subjects as you wish, because I applied for pretty much subjects. So you can apply for 5 subjects, 7 subjects, 10 subjects. So it's not a problem with the number of subjects. But you should check the rule with the specific university and for the specific year. The most interesting part is the advantages and the disadvantages of credit transfer. First, we'll discuss the advantages. There was some change in camera position because it's so much windy today. I shoot outdoor because it's so much fresh and nice, and I really enjoy having my black coffee. I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's really nice to shoot outdoor. So now it's not so much hot, but it's okay. So we'll first cover the advantages. Of course, the first advantage is you don't need to opt for the subject again, and because of this you could complete your master degree quite fast. The next advantage is if you want to gain experience while studying, so you can put more focus in working student. You can find the job which suits you the most, because it's really advantageous to have experience before you apply for a main job. So working student can help you for the same. So if you transfer some credits, you can put more focus on the job and have a good CV. The next point is that in your next semesters you would have an option for Deutschland stipendship. So basically here you also have to provide the number of credits which you have completed, and the more the better. Of course, the grade matters as well. So here you kind of have an advantage because you have already transferred some credits, so you would have more credit points compared to your fellow students. So you have a high chances of getting the stipendship. So this is not only the criteria, but this could be something positive in getting the stipendship. Yeah, and the next point is if you have a good grade in your bachelor's, you would have similar grade in your master's. For example, last semester I did credit transfer for one of the subjects in which I had really good grades in my bachelor's, and because of that I got a 1. That's the best grade you can get for your master's degree as well. So if you have a good grade, you can think of this credit transfer. Though it has a lot of advantages, it also has some disadvantages. The first disadvantage is many subjects in university are related to each other. So if you transfer one subject, you would suffer in another one. The next point is you miss revision because your fellow students would revise the subjects, and after your bachelor's maybe you have worked or you had a break, or of course if you forget soon. So it's always a good idea to have a revision. In the next semesters where you have something related to this subject, you would have to revise that anyways. So it's a good idea to revise through a proper channel. So we'll go to the next point. This is what I bit of suffered. In spite of having same module description for the bachelor's and master course, the courses are not same, because here it's more of conceptual learning. So I had this one course called CMOS in which the module description was similar. I anyways attended the course because my result of the credit transfer came a bit late, so I had to attend the course. The course was not so much similar as in the bachelor's. I learned a lot of new things, and a lot of concepts were clear and a lot of things were in a depth. So it's a good idea. If you want to study the subject, you would do it again, because you would just say like, so for example, I have done NMOS, PMOS and everything related to it, but no, you would learn a lot of new things here. So it's a really good idea to learn it again. Also, if you want, you can do the credit transfer, and for the sake of learning you can attend the class, but I'm not sure how much motivation you would have later if you already know that you have cleared the subject. Yeah, the next point is also important. If you have a bad grade in your bachelor's, then it's not a good idea to do credit transfer for the same module, because you would have a bad grade in masters as well. So it's not a good idea to transfer the credits for the subjects in which you didn't had a good grade in your bachelor's. In my opinion, I would suggest to transfer the credits for which you are sure that you won't have anything else in future related to the following subject. For example, I also did some credit transfer for some subjects, but I was pretty sure that I won't do anything related to those subjects in my future. So if you are also so much pretty sure, then you can opt for credit transfer. If you think that you would do something related to the subject, or if you have any other subject related to this subject or are confused, then I would not recommend you to do the credit transfer. The last point, is it possible to do credit transfer after the deadline? I include this point because I myself had done the credit transfer last year, after the deadline. The thing was, I didn't knew something exists like credit transfer. So I went to the examination office and I told the officer that I was unaware of these things. First, she was not so much for to do it because the deadline was passed. But later, when I convinced her a bit that I genuinely didn't know anything about this, and I requested her it would be really nice if she could accept my application, and she was really helpful and she accepted my application. So I would suggest that if you genuinely didn't know about the credit transfer or had some genuine problem, then I would recommend you to go to the examination office and explain the problem. I'm sure they would help you in some manner, but I won't suggest you to do this, because just to change the mind you want to do the credit transfer now, first you thought was not helpful. So in that case, I would not suggest you to do that. But if you had a genuine problem, then just go and talk to the examination office. I think that's what I had. If you have any doubts regarding the credit transfer, then please ask me in the comment section, and don't forget to share and subscribe the video. Thanks for watching the video.